Hello, everybody. Welcome in. How you doing today? Guys, this computer stuff, let me tell you, I'm glad that I started really early because my husband had to redo everything. But we got it. We got it. I have a great class for us tonight. Let me introduce and then we'll get into it, okay? Hello, my name is Jessie Tarian. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. I'm located in sunny Las Vegas, and in my craft room, we do all things paper craft. If you are joining me from YouTube, welcome. I am so happy you found me. If you have a good time, if you've learned something, please leave me a comment. I'm very lonely over there on YouTube. I love to chat, and I'll answer you back. Let's have a convo. Also, if you have a good time, do all the YouTubey things like subscribe. It would help me out so much. I upload 2 to 3 times a week. So that's what we got. Okay. Hi, guys. Let's see who's on. My goodness, you guys are on it today. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Pam. How's everybody doing? Are you doing good? Okay. All right. So let me tell you my story. You know I have a story, right? Okay. So I made an order because I needed paper and stuff because I have zero brand new paper, right? Because everything that you're allowed to pre-order 2 of each of the new products of consumable items. Well, I did that and then I sold them all for product share. So I don't want to touch them because they're not mine. Well, then Tammy hit me up and was like, hey girl, do you have product share? And I was like, oh, I already sold them all. Let me see if anybody else wants one. And then I thought about it and I said, shoot, I need one. But I had just made an order for some paper. So I was like, oh, let me see, find more people to want it. And then I really thought about it. And I was like, but if I get a product share, I get everything. And I can't do that if it's just, for me. So I was like, I messaged her back, like, girl, we got this. Let's do the product share. So she was like, great, perfect, gotcha. And I was like, okay, so I had already placed an order. So then I had to place another order for the product share stuff. And then I made that haunted house kit video. I don't know if anyone saw it. It was some of my really good work. So if you haven't looked at it, go check it out. Super cute. It was a TikTok thing, TikTok filter. So, yeah, I was like, I want to do another one of those. I want another one. So I made a third order. Okay. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, bestie. Okay. I use free credits. I was like, I know I've already made 2 orders, but it was my fault. It was Tammy's. Don't judge. I don't know. So that's my story. That's what I'm saying. I know last month I was like, oh, we have to conserve and I have to be fiscally responsible. Who wants to do that? Nobody. Nobody. We're not going to talk about it. So that's what happened. That's my story for today. This is Jessie's rant. It is now over. 3 orders in. Okay, let me I know I'm all over the place. Let me show you the card for today. Look at this card. Sherry, do you recognize this? Bam. I was creeping around on Pinterest to look for fun folds for today, and she always shares her boards with me, and she had pinned someone's fun fold on, it came up like Sherry just pinned something. And I was like, okay, I've never done that fun fold before. That looks kind of cool. So that's what we're doing today, girl. Thank you for the pinspiration. But before we get into that, we have to do a drawing. And I'm kind of just like yakking my jaws, letting people have time to sign on and all the things. So I'm going to go to the comments real quick. Hi, Mom. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? What is up? Do you have any fun stories to share? Anything crazy happening? Hey, Terry, are you ready for Saturday? I know I am. Okay. Hi, Cheryl. I don't know if I said hi, so hello. Um, what was I gonna say? I think it's been 5 minutes. We have enough people on here. Say hello. I'm gonna pull up. Hold on. I gotta pull up the wheel. I've already got it loaded. We're good. I have to do sound because we all know I like the noise of it. La la la. Where are you? Here you are. Oh, it's not it. Here it is. Okay, so we want to spin. Okay, so the wheel is all primed, trying to get the glare off. Let me see if I could put, okay, good luck to everybody. Got it. All right, that was scary. Alexis's mom won. Congratulations, Angie. I will contact you later. I have a great prize for you. Okay, so what is that all about? If you're just joining me on my Facebook page, if you are a top engager, one of my bestest besties, if you're liking, commenting, contributing to the community, you get recognized on Facebook as being a top fan. And I take that list and I put it into this program and I do a drawing. And then once a month, one of my besties gets some goodies. So I was going to give her a stamp set and dies, but I don't think she's one of my crafters that has all of the things, let's say, like a cut and emboss. So I think I'm going to gift her a kit and then we'll, you know, I try to curtail the gift to the recipient, right? So if I know you're a brand new crafter or you need something, I might be more inclined to like send that your way because you're one of my besties, right? Okay, so there is that. And the last thing, when I go down to the mat, let me get back onto Facebook so I can see what we're doing here. Oh, I froze. There we go. Okay. Enough people. Ooh, there we go. Okay, we're all back in. We're all good. I'm going to go down to the mat and I'm going to share some cards that my besties have sent me in the last couple days, like less than a week. Okay, so let me get, I think 3. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so here's my first one. I told you about this on Friday. Look how cute this card is Terry made. Halloween, first of all, you know I'm obsessed, right? And second of all, such a cute design. It's got the designer series paper panel. She used some of the new Halloween paper, and I don't want to, well, you can read the sentiment, but see what she did on the inside? Really, really cute. Love the design. She's such a talented card maker, and I appreciate this so much. It definitely lifted my Halloween spirits and made me feel amazing. So thank you for that. Okay, the next card I want to share with you was one from Martha. And she wrote me a really sweet letter, but here is her card. Very cute. Hello, friend. So cute. I love the embossing. She is a brand new crafter, card maker, and she is really coming along. So I'm proud of her. And then my bestie of the month for Happy Mail Club, Pam Maestas, sent me this beautiful card. Very pretty. So those are the cards from my friends. And I want to show you that I hang around with the most talented card makers. If you would like to get your card featured on one of my lives, go ahead and send one to me, and I would love to share it. Okay, So here is our card for today. It is so easy. It is so easy. Like, it looked complicated at first, but then I was like, oh my gosh. Now, couple things. When I was making it, I realized that you could get two cards with one piece of 12 by 12 DSP. So that is what we are going to be doing today. So let me bring in my paper trimmer. If you don't have a paper trimmer yet, if you don't have one of our paper trimmers yet, let me change that. I highly suggest you get one, especially if you're watching my tutorials because I use it all the time. This is one of my favorite crafting products. It is so easy to use, very successful, very, I can't say enough good things about it, and it's so affordable. It's 25 bucks. So, as things go in the crafting world, very cheap. Okay, but not cheaply made. So there you go. Okay, so for this project, you're going to want to swing out your arm so you have at least a 12-inch platform. Okay, that's number one. Now you're going to take any piece of DSP you have, 12 by 12, just depends on what you want to use. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to trim, have it written down so I wouldn't make a mistake, 1.5 inches off the end. So that's the first thing you want to do. Now set that aside because you can use it for an embellishment piece for the front. So now we have a 12-inch by 10.5, right? No, yes, 12 by 10.5 piece of DSP. What I want you to do is I want you to score it. So put that cutting blade out of the way. Now, when you score DSP, you do not need a lot of pressure because if you put too much, you'll pop right through the page, okay? Light pressure. It's going to indent, okay? You don't have to kill it. So 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, and then 10 inches. And I will have all those dimensions and measurements for you on the pictorial. Now, I want you to turn it sideways. So we score on the long side, which is 12 inches. And then we turn it upright to the 10.5-inch side. And you want to cut it down the middle at 5.25. Okay? So now you're going to cut it in half. Boom. There you go. Now you have two cards. It's not the base, but it's the DSP to your card. You have enough to make two. Actually, let me pull this paper trimmer back in. While we're doing this, we're just going to do the whole thing. So now I have this little piece of extra. I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. And I'm going to turn it sideways. And I'm going to cut it right down the center at 3/4 of an inch. Now that's going to give you the two pieces for the inside of your card to make it a little fancy. Now, get these out of my way. We need the inserts for our card. So for this, normally we would do the 5.25 by 4, but that's too big for this card. So you're going to want to do 3 3/4 inch wide. I don't know why I grabbed that one. And we're going to turn it long ways, and we are going to do it at 5 inches. Okay, and we're doing 2 of everything because we're making 2 cards. Boom. Okay, so there's the inside of our card. Now, we need a card base. So you're going to take a piece of DSP that coordinates with, or a piece of cardstock that coordinates with your designer series paper. And we're going to cut it long ways in half at 4 1/4. Then we're going to turn it sideways and we're going to cut it down the middle again at 5 1/2. That gives us 2 card bases. See how easy this is? This card was made to be done 2 at a time. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, so now I have the other half of the black cardstock that we just cut. And we need 2 squares of 2 3/4. Maybe I want to do it this way. I don't know what the paper saver ratio would be for this, but you guys can figure that part out. I'm just cutting it. Okay, so there's one of our squares. Now I'm going to repeat the process. Now to do a square, you just take whatever measurement you need, you cut it, then you turn it, and you cut it the other way. So we need a square of 2 3/4, and so that's how I got my square. So now we need 2 white squares at 2 1/2. So let me check this. 2 1/2. Turn it. 2 1/2. And 2 1/2. Okay. So I think you got the idea, and that's all the pieces you need to cut and prep to make 2 of these cards. You've got it all now. This piece right here, you're going to stamp on a piece of paper and color it, but you might not have that depending on what set or, thing you're working with. So that's extra, but you now have enough pieces to make 2 cards. Now, while we're putting this card together, I'm just going to do one for you so that it makes sense. But what you want to do when you're doing 2 cards is just do each step twice. So by the time you get done, you have all the pieces. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, besties? I think it does. Y'all are card makers. You get me. Okay. So here we have all our little pieces. I'm going to put them to the side. Now we're going to focus on this piece of DSP. Pick whichever side you want in the middle. Now, this piece of DSP, like I said, I have no brand new paper. This is a retired piece. It's fall. It has the same acorns and oak leaves that I'm using for my focal point. So I was like, oh, okay, that kind of goes together. So that was my moment for these cards. But just in case you're wondering, this is Rustic Harvest. It's a retired piece. You can still find it online. Okay. All right, so here we go. I want you to go to the 4-inch score line and go over, use your bone folder, fold it, and crease it. Now you're going to go back like a Z fold, okay? Like that. Now we're going to repeat the process on the other side. Get a good crease. That's going to help your card lay flat. Okay? Okay. Boom. We've done that before. Here's what makes this card a little different. You're going to take the corners. You're going to fold them line them up with the seam and crease it. Give it a good crease. And we're going to do that on all four corners, okay? Now, if you were doing my two card method, when you get done with this, you're going to move on and do the same thing again. Let me know if you got this or you'd like to see me do this step again, because I can certainly do that twice. Okay, so you want that as straight as you can get it and lined up with the seam. And give it a good crease down. So simple. Okay, so we're literally taking the paper, folding it back on itself. This is one of those great cards where it's showing both sides of the DSP. You know how much I love that. Okay, so there's the basic. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to take that card base and you're going to, sorry, hold on one second, guys. I think it's just the delay, but I looked up and my live stream is way not where I am. So I got nervous. Let's see. Okay, good. All right, I just want to make sure. I think I just have some lag here today. Okay. It is easy, Tammy. It's super easy. So, okay, you're going to take this piece and you're going to put it on your card base. Now, when I cut it, I think I told you do 5 1/4. You honestly, you want this piece to be 5 1/2. I think I got a little excited because, I'm online. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to go with it. But if you do the 5 1/2, you get a better, like, frame look. Okay, see that? So, but we'll go with this. It's fine. It'll be fine. So here we go. You just put a little glue or whatever adhesive you're using on the back and mount it to your card base. Super simple. Okay, now here's the next thing. We have these handy dandy squares, which we are going to use as diamonds to fit in our folded area. When you do this, you just want to put glue on your left half of your diamond, okay? So if you do the center, those 2 points, you don't want to put it past that. Give it a little bit of glue or whatever you're working with. And use those points to center right on the crease. And then straighten it out. I'm just going to hold it a minute. Okay. Give it a minute for that to set. But now when you open it, bam, see? Your focal point moves. Now we're going to do some stamping. Now this is our overlay. It's going to go on top. If you have graduated square dies with like a little stitching or whatever you got, would look really pretty with this card. Devil's in the details. Let me pull this in. So I don't know. We're working with the same set. So we're still with our Amber Autumn stamp set. And I'm doing Autumn Wishes for the front. I need bestie cards to send to people. So that's what I'm working on. What kind of cards are you guys working on? What is in the works? Are you working on your Christmas cards yet? I'm just not there, guys. I am not there. My brain can't do it. All right, so I'm going to put it pretty much in the middle like that. And then for the inside of my card, I'm going to put blessed to have you in my life, which is so true. It's amazing to me that I put myself out there on the internet and so many wonderful people found me, right? Very lucky because there's a lot of trolls out there. And I only seem to attract the good ones. Here we go. Um, okay. I had to find my piece. I was like, I know I had a piece. Okay, so we cut this. And it's a little bit long. I think I'm going to trim it. There's certain pieces that I like, you just know. You know what I mean? Because you do it so much. When I use those little scraps, they're usually always 4 inches. But we made our base a little bit smaller because this is a little bit skinnier, you know? So you just give it a little snip. No big deal. No big deal. All right, so there's the inside of our card. We're almost done. How simple is this card? It's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. Boom. Put this to the side. Sorry, it just got sticky on me. Actually, let me bring this in. I'm going to pop up the square. You don't have to. You certainly don't have to. Yeah, seriously. I know I should use my pan pick for this, but I'm impatient. I just go right to it with my little stubby fingers. Here we go. Okay, so we got that part done. Now I need a piece of scrap paper. I'm gonna use this and my stand. So next week I'm going to post a new craft along class with instructions and prep and all that. Because that seemed to go really well. We had a lot of fun, and I figure we'll keep going. I got to figure out what I want to do. I haven't decided yet. I have not decided. Okay, so we have our little acorn moment. Now, I just kind of wanted yellow. I used a little bit of brown because I thought it would be weird if I used yellow and black, but that's what would have matched. So I just got that copper, and we're going to do some quick, I wouldn't even say this was really blending. It's more coloring. It's just filling it in, you know? Okay, I'm going to do some shading. Okay. And then I'm just going to go over the acorn part with yellow. All right. Now we're going to add some color. I'm not so fussed about this, you know. I'm just getting the color down. I'm not even being that careful. I just want yellow. You know what I'm saying? Now, depending on what DSP you're using, go off of that. I almost grabbed a different piece of DSP, honestly, but I was like, nah, I ain't reinventing no wheels tonight. We're going to keep it easy. Okay, so we've got some yellow. I'll just put some little bit of something. I'm telling you guys, these pens, they do the work for you. If I was doing this with anything else, it would look like such a Hot Mess Express. But because it blends, you know what I mean? You don't have any weird lines or anything. You literally just smear it on there and go. And for me, friends, if you've ever seen my makeup, you know that's my jam. That is my jam. Just do it and go. I don't care. I don't get time for that. Who does? Seriously. Right? And then finishing move, a little bit of blending. And it's beautiful. Look at that. Boom, done. That was the quickest coloring I've ever done in my entire life. Yes. Okay. So you would take the coordinating die set. You could absolutely fussy cut this out or just see how that will line right up through it, through, you know, throw it through your cut and emboss and boom, baby, there you go. I, however, movie magic, have one already. Look at me go. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and make sure you're gluing on that square and you're not covering up any words that you've stamped. And now we just got to bling it. How easy is this card? Are you impressed or what? Are you going to go make one? That's what I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. This is one really, like, think about it. We have to do so many Christmas cards, birthday cards, whatever. Or maybe you have a stack of DSP that you just want to burn through. You know, your craft room's getting kind of some way, and you just want to get through some paper so you can buy more. Nobody's judging. Nobody's judging you, bestie. This is a great fun fold for that. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Here we go. Boom, 2 cards done. Now, I'm gonna back out. Oh, good. Okay. Gosh, I got so scared. We're fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna go to the face view now. That was scary. All right, let's see. I think it's 2. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was scared. I was really scared. I was like, did I lose you guys halfway through? I'm just making stuff up now. Nobody knows. All right, there we go. Oh, I can't see with them and I can't see without them. Whew. What are we going to do? All right, so let me see. Good. Terry, when you do it, I want to see them. You too, Tammy. Put them on the page for me. Yes, it is easier not to wear makeup. I wear makeup, but you really can't see it very well. But I got that, what's her name? Laura Geller stuff on TV. I'm great for, or, like on the internet, I'm great for scrolling and they're like, hey, you're looking a little crusty and busty. Let me help you out, you know? And I'm like, yes, help me. Buy. Purchase now. Get that. So she's like, I didn't like my makeup and whatever, and I use this, but it's really easy. You just smush it on and go. It's pretty good. Put a little blush. Those are your tips. That's your tips. I am definitely not a beauty guru, I don't know. They're going to be like, "How do you apply your makeup like this?" That's it. That's how I do it. What are you going to do? That's all right. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. Well, I think I have done everything. I'm going to get off of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I'll see you on Friday. Mwah.